What's up? Welcome to the Totally Uninspired Podcast, episode 5. It's episode 5, and it's took us and it's took us like 3 months to do 5 episodes.
Yikes!
To be fair, we did start a podcast when the like world started to end, so
True, but if anything, that should have incentivized us to actually do the podcast.
it should. But we're
Yeah.
not really good at managing incentives, are we? Really?
Some of us are better than others. So how's your diet going?
Good. As of Monday, good.
As of Monday.
Because like I keep coming up with these like grand schemes, as you know.
Yes.
And then it just falls apart, really. But it's the headspace thing, you know, because I'm just not.
Yes.
And then on Saturday just gone.
Yeah.
I bought just like a small takeaway for me and the missus, right?
What was the takeaway?
It's just a burger and chips, man. You know, just from like your local kebabber. It's nothing special, you know. But we hadn't had it in ages now, just because of what's going on. It was like heaven, and
Yeah.
But so we had that, and then Sunday morning, I was like, I think that was it. I think that's what was stopping my headspace, man. Because I hadn't had an opportunity to make the decision to have my last Mackie D's or my last KFC or whatever, right? Because before
So the decision was thrust upon you.
Yeah, because before I did my diet the last time in Journey of a Fat Man when I lost 3 stone, I made that decision the day after having like the biggest Burger King of my life. And I can remember saying to you, no, it was McDonald's. And I remember saying to you, I was like, why does McDonald's taste so good? And you feel like shit after, like proper shit. And that was the catalyst. So like, I think that's just how my brain works. So we had that. And then I said to my girlfriend, I was like, should we, you know, I think it's time that both me and you like sort our diets out and our fitness and shit.
That's a dangerous game you're playing.
Right? But the thing is, you can be as thin as you want. It doesn't mean you're fit. You know, I'm just saying we got to sort our fitness out. Yeah? Right? So, and obviously, like before this, we were like, I was walking, but like she won't walk in and stuff. But yeah, so now we're like, yeah, cool. So we set both of our apps to sedentary, right? Because obviously...
Sedentary.
Because obviously we are actually walking, but sedentary on the app.
Sedentary.
Who cares, mate? Who cares, right?
Me?
And we set it to that because that's anything under 4,000 steps per day.
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was high. I thought that was high. So, and obviously I do my usually about 2 mile walk, which is about 6,000. So it'd take me, you know, that plus 50% anyway. You know, so.
Did you say anything under 4,000?
Under 4,000, yeah.
Is sedentary.
Yeah, what you got?
Right now I'm 1929.
1929.
But I haven't done, like, other than just going about my usual business.
But remember the steps also go up if you're doing that, and you do a lot of that. So
not in this house, my friend.
So but yeah, so we both kind of just like, we're like, yeah, let's do it. So we both put our apps down. I'm on like 400 or 500 more calories a day than she is. So that's obviously like, but it makes it so much easier when you're both just like eating the same shit. And like, you're both making decisions based upon that. Like going, let's not do that because then we can't have stuff later. Like, for instance, I had like 450 calories or 500 calories left yesterday before we got friends that did like an online karaoke. So I was like, I fancy a drink, and we've got bottles of red cider in there, and they're 250 calories each. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I can have one. And my girlfriend had 250 calories left. That's it. Like, that's her day. So she would have had a beer. She couldn't have like had anything else. But she actively made the decision to not have the beer so she could have like a packet of crisps later on when like the hunger pangs like started taking over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite cool. And we're just making loads of different decisions out, but it makes dieting in general like vastly easier.
The best thing about dieting and taking control of what you eat in order to lose weight is it forces you to actually realize what you have been eating. So like if I become massive, right?
Yeah,
That means I'm eating well over like 2,200 calories a day.
yeah,
And it just shows you how absent-mindedly people eat,
yeah,
including me.
mm.
It's just like it's funny that if you track everything that you're eating, right? You think that it's not enough. At least I do.
yeah. You
But then
do,
some people think, how was I eating that much before? But like right now, I'm on basically, I'll have like a 500 calorie something
yeah,
at like 1, 2, and then I'll have dinner, which is like 800 to 900 calories. And that's it for the day. No snacks, not anything else.
yeah.
Right? And it's just, it doesn't seem like a lot to me, and it's
No,
difficult at this point.
because like it's like about like amount is quite a funny thing because if you go and look into like the guidance amount for a portion, like into anything you want, just go look at the guidance amount for a portion that you should eat of something, and I guarantee you, unless you're like a nutritionist expert or like an athlete, it will fucking surprise you what that amount is. And like today I just made our tea, and I was having a fast meal, so mine was bound to be small. I was expecting it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But my missus, she was like, "Can you give me 100 grams of wedges?" Right? And the actually thing is, a portion is 90, right?
Yeah.
So she had a little bit over what was classified as a portion. I put
Yeah.
it on. I put it on a pan to like cook it in the oven, and I was just like, "This is like a pointless." Literally, I tell you what, mate. I could count how many actual wedges were on the plate with two hands. Like I could literally count them, and I'm like, when when you go to a restaurant and it's like a gourmet restaurant and they give you a portion of chips. It's that type of restaurant where you walk in, you go, "I'm gonna have to buy extra chips." It was
Yeah.
that kind of portion, and I was just like, wow. But the thing is, once it all actually came together, I passed it to her. She was like, this is a good sized meal, you know.
Mm.
And obviously, I was having my fast meal, so mentally, I'm always prepared for a small meal on a fast day anyway. So I wouldn't really fuss, and that's gone well. And anything other than my fast meal, my barbecue chicken and rice.
Are you doing intermittent fasting on your non-fast days?
No, no.
No.
No,
Did you try it?
mate, honestly, just kept forgetting.
What?
Just kept forgetting. Like I'd wake up and like I am a morning person, but like a morning person after 20 minutes of me waking up. If that makes sense, right?
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
I will happily go to work at like 5 a.m., right? But I'd need to be in my own zone from 4:30 until 5 a.m. if that makes sense, before I'm able to talk to people. But in those 30 minutes, I can only just about do the basics of human life, right? so like I'll get up, I'll fucking gradually like wavy walk my way into the toilet, do my business, go downstairs, wash my hands, and then make porridge, right? Because that's my breakfast. Now I'm eating it, and then obviously because my missus works upstairs, I work downstairs. We've like separated the house now. There are our offices in the daytime.
Yeah.
And she comes down, I don't know, probably about 11, make a drink, something like that. And she was like, and then she'll just see like the bowl next to me of like the empty bowl of porridge. And she'll be like, "I thought you were in intermittent fasting." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I'm like, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow," and then I do the same thing. And I did that.
You gotta do.
Yeah, I did that like 3 or 4 days in a row, and then I was just like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm not gonna do this. because I think my problem, I've mentioned it on the pod before, I think my problem is I keep trying to change a formula that
What
works.
works?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't know why it is. I think it might be out of boredom. I don't know, of just like using the same formula over and over again. But like, I'm basically now, I know I won't be able to, at home, fast twice a week. I know I can't. I know I won't, so I'm not even going to risk it, right? I can do
Yeah.
I can do one day, right? So that's what I'm doing. And I'm like, the other days, I'm just going to have to take it in my stride that, you know, because I lost loads of weight eating loads of food because my calorie deficit, when all's normal with the world, is fucking massive, right?
What is your calorie deficit when all is normal in the world?
What, right now at this second?
Right now, yeah, right now.
2,850 calories.
So that is what you need to lose weight, or is
Lose
that your
weight.
maintenance?
Let's lose weight. So, and that's with like a normal. So that would be, I think that classes is, I think it was 8,000 steps a day. 8,000 steps a day, which at work and doing my walk at lunchtime, piece of piss. I do like 10,
Yeah.
11,000 easy each day.
Yeah.
And then obviously we got 2 fast days in between that. So I got 2 days, which add up to 6,000 calories of deficit.
Shit.
You know, so, and they say roughly scientific 3,000 calories is 1 pound of fat, don't they? Roughly.
Yeah.
Right? So,
3,500, I think.
yeah. But obviously, 2,850 calories is a lot of fucking food. And if you just change your diet to healthy food, you can have massive meals, but it's less calories. So every single other day, I was on like a 700, 800 calorie deficit. So it wasn't strange for, at the end of my week, for my app to tell me I was minus like 10,000 calories in the week.
Yeah.
You know? And it like,
Crazy.
yeah. So it got harder as it went on, because I like, by the end of that time, I was like literally like 1,000 less. So a lot of days I would get proper close to it.
Yeah.
But like now,
As
I'm
in
under
your calorie deficit went down.
yeah,
like
calorie
that.
deficit, because it automatically adjusts as I lose weight. But obviously, like I'm at 1950 now, so it's 1,000 less, 1,000 less that I can do. But I honestly I haven't struggled. I think the key is just buying food that actually like fits that model. Just buy food that helps, that does it.
There's a term for what you're doing, right?
What is it?
It's called volume eating.
Volume eating.
You eat a lot of size. So, like, let's say I had 7 cucumbers, which amount to like 250 calories, right?
Yeah.
That's 7 cucumbers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be full after 7 cucumbers, but I haven't had that many calories. It's called volume. It's a technique for people to lose weight and not feel like they're starving themselves.
That's what I do. That's what I do then. Yeah. Because I actively, like when we're doing like the shopping online and we're making the shopping list, I'm like, buy that because we can have loads of that for less calories. You know what I mean?
What-
Just have loads of
What are your go-to volume eating foods then?
chicken.
Chicken.
Chicken's good
Do you
shit.
do you just get like proper like refrigerated chicken,
Freezer.
like just the big old breasts?
Freezer.
Freezer.
Frozen chicken. Frozen chicken. Because I can keep it for ages. I can just load up in the fridge. Like we got like, in the freezer, I've got like 9 1 kilogram bags of just chicken breasts. You know, and
Don't
then,
you find?
and don't
I
you say
feel like
you can't know, because you've tried my sweet chili chicken, man. That was frozen chicken, and then pan fried it after. It's good shit,
It's frozen.
right? And
But I feel like the frozen chicken is of a much lower quality than just like.
oh, mate, it is low.
You
Mate, it's
forget.
low quality because they literally, if you read the packet, it says 28% water. They fucking inject another 30% volume of fucking water into the chicken. Like when I cook it, I put it in a pan that like keeps the water in to keep it moist, right?
Yeah.
And I cook it, and it's literally, when I take it out of the freezer, it is fucking swimming, mate. I'm not joking. It is swimming. I got to show it to Ruth because you put it hardly fits in the pan. I cook it, I take it out, the pan is half empty. I'm not joking. And I showed my missus the other day, and I was just like, look, like you have this like 1 kilogram bag, you're like, I'm never going to eat all that chicken. And then you show it and you're like, oh my god, it gets down. I cut it in half. I cut it all into pieces.
Yeah.
I give me half and my missus half, and each half is 250 grams.
Okay, how are you cutting it in half if it's frozen?
What's that? No, cut it in half once it's cooked.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
because I cook it all as breast, then cut it into little chunks, and then
How
I'll
long
fry
does
it.
this take?
Well, cooking the chicken alone takes 45 minutes, and then I'll
Just so long.
and then I'll pan fry it for about. I pan fry it with just butter, but not butter. Yeah,
Butter?
not butter. Like
Butter?
like
Utterly
utterly butterly. Yeah,
Utterly butterly.
yeah, like that. I'll fry it just in that for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'll put a sauce on, put some pepper, put some salt, put some seasoning and all that shit, and then fry it in that. And I usually like putting a little bit of sugar in there, sprinkle it with sugar.
Are you measuring the butter and are you measuring the
Yes.
sugar
Yes,
in terms of calories?
yes, yeah.
How much does that come to? Just the sugar and the butter alone?
Fuck all. Like, because
Really?
we don't have normal utterly butterly, we have light utterly butterly.
God damn.
Yeah, so like I use like a flat tablespoon of it, which works out as
Yeah.
like 15 calories, something ridiculously small, and that's for both of our both of our amounts of chicken. And when I
So it'd
say
be half that, like
yeah, and when I
7.5.
say I add sugar, I don't use a teaspoon. I literally use my finger and sprinkle some sugar over it. You know, so and that because there's sugar in the sweet chili sauce anyway. It's just
Yeah.
extra, and obviously I scan the sweet chili sauce into my app, which tells me how many calories are in there. Feel me?
It's just, yeah, but that takes what, like an hour of your time to make?
Yeah, but it doesn't take hour all the time because it's in the fucking oven. I put it in the oven, and then I go and just start playing Final Fantasy, man. You know, I don't sit there, stand there, and stare at the oven.
I appreciate that, but I don't know, it just seems like, man, I don't have the attention span to cook, I don't think.
Don't have the attention span to cook.
Because let's say it takes 15 minutes to do everything. Prepare, cook, clean up. 15 minutes. That's fine by me. Even if it takes 20 minutes, that's fine by me, right? 25, grey area. 30 minutes. 30 minutes, probably not. 45 minutes, I'm going to go away, and then by the time I get back to the food, my opinion would have completely changed about what I wanted.
Mate, I think your hate for cooking stems from many years cooking shite.
Possibly.
You know, because you spent a lot of your time being a V word, right?
Yeah. Well, no, well, not a vegan. Vegetarian.
I said V word.
Let's just clarify.
I said
Yeah,
V
but
word.
people
both of them are
like to actually
both of them
do
are
certain
fucking
things, right?
unacceptable. All right, both of them. Okay,
Our guest later
you've heard it right now, right? Both
may
of them are
disagree with
unacceptable,
that.
right? Pescatarian, even worse, right? So you get
Just lying about being a vegetarian.
yeah, exactly, right? So, I got some fucking. This is before your time in our work. I'm going to tell you about this, right? So,
All right.
you were cooking food that I would say is like not nice. Like you're not sat there cooking it, going, "Well, as soon as this is done, I'm good. This is the best shit ever." Like you're not sat there saying that. You know.
In fairness, sometimes it used to be that way, but only because that was I never had anything, so that was the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I cook like these breaded corn burgers.
Oh,
delicious.
just the word.
Time.
Just the word.
Delicious at the time, and then since then I've had like a Macca's, and now I know that's wrong.
Mate, I can't agree, but carry on.
No, I'm just saying my bar was set to a very low standard in terms of deliciousness, right? So I did have those experiences, but I guess now that kind of easy cooking, like being a vegetarian and cooking, is very easy. You don't have to worry about salmonella. You don't have to worry about undercooking or overcooking, right? If you overcook, it's a bit burnt on top, it's fine. If you undercook, it's not as cooked, it's fine. That could be a contributing factor.
I think so.
Because there's more stress to it.
I found love of cooking through diets, through dieting. Because I enjoyed creating something that was both healthy and as tasty as I could possibly make it. So when I made something that was like 600 calories and then I put it in my mouth and it tasted amazing, it was just like, this is a double victory, this shit. This is crazy. This is lush. Because it's very easy. It's very easy to make something that tastes really, really nice if it's really unhealthy. You just put as many unhealthy things. The easiest way, if you want to eat something that tastes really, really nice, just fucking cover it in cheese. That's all you need to do. Cheese is good stuff. Cheese makes everything taste better, man. That's the rules.
That's basic dynamics of pizza.
It is.
You say that, but you've been cooking since I've known you. And you haven't been dieting since I've known you.
That was out of necessity.
Right?
Because I was at uni, and when I say I was at uni, I mean I was enrolled, but I was at home. I was at home playing games. But,
playing League of Legends.
Yeah, so...
Sure.
But my missus, who I obviously live with, was out working all day, paying the bills and shit, right? And I was like... And it got to the point where she was also cooking and cleaning and doing all the other stuff that makes the house work, right? And basically I was just this lump of fucking useless crap sat on the sofa doing nothing. Effectively just like part of the furniture, but like noisier.
Sounds about right, yeah.
So we had like a talk and I was like, well, I'll just do the cooking. And she was like, are you okay with that? And I was like, it is what it is, isn't it? I'm at home, I'll do cooking, it's fine. You know? So I just started cooking, and the first thing I cooked is her mum showed her, and then she showed me how to cook bolognese. That was the first thing I ever started cooking. Yeah. And then you get bored of making the same thing, so I was just like, I'll make something else, and then like now, I don't even look at like stuff to make. I'll just make a concoction that ends up being nice. Like that's how I ended with my sweet chili chicken. I was just like, I'm just gonna pour this sauce all over this chicken, see what it tastes like, man. and then that was it. Because I was just eating it plain for diet. Because I wasn't eating it for it to taste good. I was eating it because it was a low calorie meal. You know, that was it.
I think that's the key takeaway as well. It's you have to do this for an extended period of time. So sometimes it's 3 months, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 2 years. So adherence is key. And the only way you'd adhere to a diet that you're doing is to make it enjoyable. So you found that way to make it enjoyable.
Exactly.
But the difficulty is McDonald's.
Yeah, the difficulty is McDonald's, and the difficulty is when you live / work as close to McDonald's as we do. That's difficult as well. But that's enough about me. That's enough about me. Okay. You're doing it again. What did I tell you about the last podcast?
I'm saying things. It's not about.
I told him after the last podcast. I goes, mate, stop letting me waffle, because I will fucking waffle for years, and I'm waffling now about waffling, right?
It makes it very, very fun for me. I'm practicing my interviewing skills.
I'm practicing my listening skills. But so I'll interview you, Mr. Michich.
Sure.
You are on a great adventure of weight loss yourself. Some may say unneeded.
No, okay. So, you agreed it's needed.
I'm the interviewer. This is my show. All right. You are currently what weight, sir?
I'm currently, as of today, or just in general? Like
as of this second.
As of this second.
Yeah. He's gonna go away. I didn't mean literally this second, Zach. Let's see what weight he is then. Let's find this out. What are you rocking up? What are you rocking at?
Accounting for clothing, 96.3 kilograms.
96.
That's like 211 pounds, 5 ounces, something like that.
Right. So 96 kilograms, right? So
yeah.
don't lie, because I can find out very easily on my phone, right? What is classed as healthy bracket for you?
Do you want? You can find out right on your phone.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
I
It
want the
is
top
nowhere-
end. I want the top end, not the bottom end.
Top end, I think like 82 is top end.
82 is top end. So,
82 kilos is top end. So it's like you are chunky, but not too chunky.
so it should. What would we put in there? Weight for height chart, maybe.
Just BMI chart.
Hang on, because they're doing it in. Oh, you don't know pounds, do you?
I do know pounds-ish.
You do know pounds, because this is the NHS.
man.
This is the NHS weight chart, right?
You can modify the units, I think.
Right. So, safe weight gain. What the fuck is this? Right. So, obese, underweight, healthy weight. Right. So you are
Okay, let me
5
just
foot.
put
You are 5'11".
I'm 6 foot, but carry on.
Right.
But
So
find that if you do 5'11", I'll be even more of a weight. So
healthy
joke's on
weight.
you.
The very top of your healthy weight, is bang on 85 kilograms. In this chart I'm looking at, bang on 80 kilograms, right? 85
80 or
kilograms.
85?
85 kilograms, right?
So regardless, I need to lose, and that's the upper end.
Hey, stop taking over the interview, all right? So, and you told me today, or was it yesterday? What was the weight you wanted to get down to, at least?
What? Okay, so I said two things. So are you talking about my first goal, or my overweight?
Your first goal,
My first goal is 89.
89. I thought you said 88, but if 89, I can roll with that shit, right?
89, because at 89, I'm gonna have like a blowout and then get back on the wagon until 79.
Okay. 79. What are you talking about, Zach?
What are you talking about?
79.
Well,
Mate, I thought we'd agreed that your girlfriend was going to break up with you if you drop below 80.
yeah. It's a sacrifice I'm doing to make.
She sat right next to him.
No.
She has no idea what he's just agreed to. But yeah.
No, but here's the thing. I recently, because we've joked about it before, but
Right.
I recently found out I have, at least at one point in my life, had body dysmorphia.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know it, it's
That
like
point
you
is now.
look at yourself. No, but you look at yourself and you see something different than what is actually real.
Yeah. It's like
So
looking
like
at,
sometimes,
it's like the opposite of rose tinted goggles, but for yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like shit state.
Yeah.
Yeah. And surprisingly, it comes up a lot in bodybuilding. Like bodybuilders have a lot of it. They're like, no, I'm too small. I'm not big. And they're like, the guys are like massive or some shit. But it also is common in people who have had difficulties maintaining weight or gaining weight or losing weight in the past, and they have one concoction in my head in there. I recently saw a photo. This was a few months ago now, but I recently resaw it today.
Yeah.
And I sent it to you, and I looked skeletal.
Mate.
It was grim. It was really grim.
Mate, honestly, I'm not sorry for anyone connected to this, right? But he looked like he had just come out of chemo. I'm telling you.
No, legit. No, I looked like Christian Bale in The Machinist.
You did.
Or like I looked skinnier than the Joker in The Joker.
Yeah. Send me that picture, because at this point in the pod, I like throw it up on the screen. So people.
Or sent it to you.
Oh yeah, of course you did. But send it to me on
Send it
Telegram.
on Telegram.
Yeah. Send me, because I'll put it up on the vid somewhere so people can see what we're talking about. And
It's a dark time. Oh god, that's awful. Anyway, so I have to, because of this, I have to find a very delicate balancing act.
Yeah.
So I have to, because technically what I was, if you look on your chart, if you add like another 3 or 4 kilos from where I am now, I'm technically obese.
So what are you
right?
now? What did you say you were now?
96.3.
You're 96.3. No, you're
If I took
rough.
a shit, I'd be
You're
96.
basically in the middle of the overweight bracket right now. Smack
So
bang in the middle. Over. What's overweight?
what's obese?
Oh, obese for you is 105.
I say I'm upper middle then. I'm upper middle class and
Yeah.
upper middle fat.
On this chart, and this is the NHS's chart for 6 feet, for 6 feet tall. If you were to, the moment that you toddle over into obese, actually, sorry, it's not. It's just under that. It's about 98 kilograms.
Is when I'm
Yeah,
obese.
I was looking at the line above. My bad. But it's 98 kilograms. You'd be at the very bottom of obese.
And as of on the 3rd of the 4th, 2020,
Yeah.
I was 99 kilograms.
So you were officially obese.
I was technically officially. That's the first time in my life I've been technically officially obese.
Mate,
But
I've been officially obese for like 20 years.
But you see the issue I have. I've had pretty much every flavor of weight that you can think of.
Yeah.
I've had super skinny, obviously, and even though I didn't realize I had it, still can't quite believe that. I've just recently meandered into obese. I hope I never do that again. But anyway, just recently meandered there. And now I have to find something in between because neither is good for me physically. Like my body working, right?
Yeah.
Neither is good. And neither is good mentally. But how do I know where to stop and where where you know what I mean?
It's a weird thing, innit? You could either do it by literally, like, you pick a point on that healthy scale and you go, that's where I want to be, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, for me, like, I've told you this before, for me, it was when I had my white long line tee, it was only XL, not this triple XL shit that I wear now. It was just XL, right? Just extra large. I like being extra large. That's cool, right? I could wear that and it was comfortable. And I like walk around without wearing a jacket or anything like that. That for me, I was happy then. I still wanted to lose like 2 more stone. But that was more for health reasons rather than happy reasons. If that makes sense.
And it's interesting, right? The past month or so, and I know you can relate to this. So the past month or so, maybe 3 months or so, right? I've been having like all these aches and pains, like my back hurts, my knees starting to hurt.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is super. I've never really experienced that kind of chronic pain unless I was working out and I obviously injured myself or something like that. And
it's not nice, man. It's not nice.
It's terrible, and I know that's something to deal with as well.
Yeah.
So,
well, when I am like I am now at this point, I have a bad back all the time. Like there's just like a dull ache in my back. That's just life, right? That's just life. So like people ask, does your back hurt? I say no, because what I mean is, does it hurt more than it usually does?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So like if I'm telling you I got a really bad back today, it's fucking hurting because usually it just aches, right? But
yeah.
But like when I got down to that, you know, that white tea, the white tea weight as I call it, it was like I didn't have, my aches and pains were nearly gone, you know?
Yeah.
Which was great because it wasn't me actively trying to do it, but because I was more confident in how I looked, I stood straighter, which helped my back pain, you know? But when you don't like how you look, you kind of, I think you look a slouch, you know, because I wouldn't ever say I have a lack of confidence, because I don't. Like I will put me in any position, I'd be fine with it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a different kind of body confidence is a different than, you know, work confidence, or, you know, like I could be fat as a house and I'd still get up and do a presentation in front of like 100 people. It wouldn't bother me, you know. But ask me to take my top off in a swimming pool, you can go fuck yourself. You know, that ain't happening, you know. So, And I think for you, yours is strange because you like you'll have eyes that always tell you you're not thin enough, but you kind of need to go ignore your eyes and go with digits on a piece of paper,
Yeah, and the only flavor I haven't been is muscular. That's it. That's the only thing I haven't been, right? And if I was muscular, it sounds super like douchey. If I was muscular, a lot of those problems go away.
Yeah.
Because if I'm muscular, I don't care if I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger size or pick a smaller man who's muscular.
Smaller in height
Like
or just
no, smaller in muscular density or volume.
Peter Petrelli now.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Peter Petrelli now.
Vito
okay.
Van Mentiglia or something.
Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah.
See, I don't care if I'm Peter Petrelli in This Is Us.
Yeah.
This Is Us.
This Is Us. Yeah. Jack.
Or if I'm Peter Petrelli in Gilmore Girls. Yes,
oh God!
Girls,
no, I knew this was going to come into the pod. I knew it. Oh God!
But Gilmore Girls is fantastic.
See what lockdown is doing to people.
But Peter Petrelli is in Gilmore Girls, and he's like skinny jacked.
Yeah, he's a doctor, right?
No, he's not a doctor. What are you talking about, doctor?
Oh, fuck knows. Is he gay in the show?
No.
No.
He's gonna date Rory, you crazy man. Rory is a girl's name.
I was just about to say, you just confirmed what I said, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nickname of Lorelai, who's also her
mother's
name.
Shut up, mate. You shouldn't know these details, mate.
Jay, you love it.
You should not know these details.
Look, it's distracting. It's a distracting time. Okay.
I'm now trying to get him to watch all these informative documentaries on Netflix and stuff, and he's sat here watching fucking Gilmore Girls.
I'm watching those I watched the Inside. Was it Inside the Secret Life of Incel?
Yeah.
Or
the secret Inside the Secret World of Incels.
Yeah. Overly long name, I think, but whatever.
Documentaries, isn't it?
It was shorter than I'd like.
Yeah,
I'm not used to small documentaries.
I thought the same thing when it ended. I thought it was episodic. I'm there waiting for the next one to start. Just there. I'm there like, oh, that was really good, but I want to know more. I want, because I liked it because they actually spoke to like 3 different ranges of people. They spoke to someone who's still actively aggressive incel knobhead, right?
Yep.
Then they spoke to someone who was an actively incel aggressive knobhead who's now changing his life,
Yeah.
And then a guy who was an incel, but he was just a normal person. He was just like, I live a completely normal life. The only thing that separates me from you is women don't find me attractive. He's like, but I just go about living my life the same way anyway, Which is, and I think there's something that they didn't really gloss over. I guess there's spoilers for this documentary, but if you haven't seen it, go. Spoiler alert!
It's on BBC iPlayer, whatever, right? None of the guys there were... How do I say this? Help me. None of the guys there were particularly hideous or anything like that, right? Like, they looked maybe below average.
One of them made himself hideous.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, if he didn't, let's say he...
No, he looked like a normal dude, man. He just looked like a normal dude. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing, I'm guessing before he went on the roids, he was very skinny and didn't look... He looked a bit like me in the photo that everyone just saw.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway. So... That's what I'm so confused by. Like, I've seen people much... Okay, this sounds... Once again, I sound like a massive asshole. But I've seen people much more unattractive with girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's odd that some of these people give up so readily on finding someone and just rejecting the world. Like, the main premise behind the documentary, I think, is someone saw... I don't even want to say his name.
Yeah.
But a guy that basically went around with a gun in America and started shooting up women because he was an incel. He was, by the way, incel means involuntary celibate.
Yeah. Basically, he went
Um,
around and shot women because they wouldn't have sex with him effectively. They didn't.
yeah,
They didn't find him attractive, but he felt that he deserved their love for other reasons, and they were evil because they wouldn't say yes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's if you watch the videos, if you watch the documentary, in the video, he's like these girls going out with these jocks, these meatheads, and it sounds like a parody of some kind of weird 1990s
Yeah.
nerd movie.
It's
It
like,
doesn't sound
yeah,
real.
you said when you were watching it, didn't you? You said if this wasn't actually on a documentary, you'd think it was you'd think it was like a joke. You think it was someone parodying something,
Yeah,
you know?
like the video
Yeah,
of the guy. Yeah.
yeah.
It just I think
And then there's like,
there's a
yeah, there's like a guy. It's like massive spoilers, but you should still watch it just because us telling you about it doesn't pose words to someone watching someone actually do these things. But there's a guy on there, and he wears a mask, and his name is it something?
Catfish Man.
Catfish Man, right? And we've all watched Catfish, yeah? We've all watched a show called Catfish. So he does
For
this.
those of you who
Yeah.
don't know, catfishing is when
You
like a
pose
woman
as
pretends.
you pose as someone else on
Yeah,
on online, and you talk to people. But he does this to girls, but he specifically targets girls that he says he doesn't find attractive, right? So he specifically targets women that are, in his words, ugly, right? And then poses as a supermodel, right? And then he gets them all like they want to meet up with him and say hello. Who the fuck wouldn't, right? Want to meet up with him and say hello and all that shit. Then he meets them and he just berates them for like 20 minutes. He's just like, "You're an ugly bitch. You're an ugly bitch." Like he's like, "Why wouldn't you go out with someone like me?" Like for no fucking reason. He's like, camera in their face, everything.
and it's funny
And then
because those women, right? They're going out with this guy who they suppose is a supermodel or whatever, right? But let's say they're of a similar level, right?
yeah,
Not saying that that's how everything needs to work, but let's say that that is typically how it falls out. People match each other with people of similar levels of attractiveness, occasionally with a slight bump. What's House's rule? Like
yeah,
uh,
yeah. I remember
two
it.
up or down, and there's wiggle room if there's money, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But these women might have gone out with him if he had just been a decent human being.
yeah.
But in his mind, he creates a different reality from what is actually true.
Well, they say to they they say to him, they're like, "Do you feel bad?" And he's like, "No, I don't feel bad because these girls want to go out with attractive people." And it's like, what? Like you would want to go out with attractive people. And then they even ask him the question. They say, "Do you send pictures and stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Do you receive some back?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course I do." And they're like, "What do you do with them?" And he goes, "Oh, I'll jack off to him, you know." And it's like, what the fuck? You don't hate him that much, do you? Like Jesus, like
It was okay. Once again, you might at this point you should still watch the documentary,
Yeah.
but it's fun to talk about, and it would be nice to hear what anyone else has to think about it, right? But it was super weird. At a certain point, he gets stood up by someone he was trying to catfish,
yeah,
and he literally just goes, "Well, I guess that's it. I'll stop now."
yeah.
Like, what? What?
They're just
Like
like
super.
their arguments are just awful. Like this, I cannot imagine. Like this is why like me and you have this conversation all the time that we'd love to do a proper documentary about something, right? But I worry about myself and my ability to just sit there and listen and not be like, "You're a fucking asshole." You know what I mean? I find that really difficult to say that I could do that, you know?
And here's the thing: I think the reason again, I have no idea. I don't know what the directors or producers or any of this, but I think one of the reasons why it was so short is because you could hear them in the documentary. You could hear them saying, "Well, you know, a lot of people would think that you'd be considered an asshole for doing what you're doing, right?"
Yeah.
And just like they're teetering on the
That's it.
edge of not.
That's him going, I'm telling you, you're a fucking asshole without
Yeah,
telling you it yet.
exactly. And people don't want to hear it. People want, in order to they want to think that you're on their side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at least you're gonna paint them in a light that isn't egregious too much. Or if you think that you're right anyway, it doesn't necessarily matter. But I'm not going to invite you into my home if I have a position and then you are saying that that's completely wrong and I'm a terrible person. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
And I think that might be one of the reasons why I wasn't as long.
Yeah.
I feel like there were
Maybe they're
bits
like,
that
we literally can't do anymore because I'm just, this is going to drive me round the bend, you know. But
it's
yeah,
it showed.
I'm going to have to stop us there, right? Because we do actually have a list of things that we were going to talk about, right? And we're now an hour into the pod.
Okay, well, we'll choose a thing.
We're not going to be able to do all of these, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to we'll save them for next time. Yeah. So I want to start with one that I've been looking at, right? And it's just funny. And that's the very last point. Weight loss, rage quitting Animal Crossing, and exercise. We spoke about weight loss, right? So we'll move on to rage quitting Animal Crossing. Tell me about that.
Should we save that for last and talk about exercise now?
Okay, talk about exercise.
Right. So, how you doing on exercise, bro?
Me, good. Got my watch. And he's got his bit of plastic crap there.
But no, it's metal and glass. Thank you very much.
Right, and yeah. So, and as I said, my missus is now coming on my exercise walks with me. So it makes it even better because when I'm sat there and I get that feeling of I don't really want to go out for a walk, she'll come downstairs and she's dressed and ready to go. So I'm like, oh fuck's sake, I gotta go now. You know what I mean?
It's interesting that you view it that way. So you're not someone who necessarily looks forward to the walk before the walk.
No, I look forward to it as soon as I'm on it.
Weird.
Yeah. How about you? How's your exercise going?
I'm working out three times a week in the gym.
Yeah.
My home gym, which I'm very fortunate to have.
He lives in a mansion.
I prefer the word mansion. But okay.
Mansion.
Mansion. Une maison. But yes, I'm very, very fortunate to have the ability to work out in this current climate.
He's shared it with me once. I've known him like 5 years. He's shared his gym with me one time.
I've only had my gym for a month. And you can close my house. Anyway. So I've been working out 3 times a week for the past 2.5, 3 weeks. So tomorrow will be 3 weeks of me working out 3 times a week. And that's just gym working out.
Yeah.
Like I had one day when I went 10,000 steps on the treadmill. Like I'm trying to switch it up on off days. I bought a skipping rope.
You bought a skipping rope?
I bought a skipping rope because my plan is to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday weighted.
Yeah.
Like weighted workouts or gym workouts, which I do need to find an actual organ. Right now, I'm doing chest and overhead press.
Yeah.
On Mondays. Wednesdays, I'm doing biceps, triceps, and core. And then I'm doing chest and overhead press on Friday. And then I just repeat that every week. Right. But I need something that's more all the body. You know what I mean? Not just...
No. I wonder, because obviously I'm not doing like weight exercises at this present time. They don't matter to me at all. So, and I can't do them because I don't have the facilities, right? So, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. How long have you done this for? How long have you been working out 3 times a week for now?
3 weeks tomorrow.
3 weeks tomorrow, right? I don't think, right, that we will foreseeably be able to see each other like in person and like hang like for like 2 months, right? You know what I mean? I personally think that for about 2 months, right? So it'll be interesting to see how I feel about how you look in 2 months' time. You know?
Thing is, you're also biased in terms of when I'm at obese, you're like, he doesn't need to lose weight, even though I'm technically over. You're a hard sell in terms of barometer for skinniness. of myself, if that makes any sense.
Maybe. I think, right, if you were to take a picture of yourself now, right, full body
Yeah.
picture, yeah,
Yeah.
and just put it online and go vote, am I fat or am I not? I reckon you're talking 80% not, at least.
I reckon
80%.
it'd be like 80% yes,
No,
20% no.
what, you think 80% of people think you're fat? Oh
No,
my
okay,
lord.
look, no, you don't understand because I am very
How many?
unfortunate,
Two,
depending on what you
we
think.
can do
right?
that test right now. How many people that you know, excluding your dad, would call you fat?
Well, people are too polite to be honest with you.
No, the answer to that question is
That's
fucking none.
That's my issue. That's my issue. I don't think so. Thing is, I'm lucky because I don't fat like here, like the chest up. If I
You
had a
got a
bust,
big ass,
right?
man.
I got a big ass, right? And I store it all in my hips, my ass, and my thighs. It's like this midriff of just podge. That's it. So from like this angle, right? I might look like I'm not necessarily fat.
Yeah. You do realise we've now seen you stood up a minute ago when you went to get the thing, so people will know that you're not fat, Zach.
You're welcome.
Like they know the secret's out. There isn't a massive beer gut underneath that underneath that microphone.
There really is though. There really is.
Not.
Mate, I showed you a picture.
You sent me a picture of
Sure.
it. You know, you bloat yourself out as much as you can.
I will. You better put that video up because the video right shows that I'm not blowing it out because I blow out. In
I'll
the
put
video.
it up. I'll put it up on the video. How's that?
Put it up on the video. Yeah.
And then, but thing is, mate, right? We live in a world where
In a world.
In a world. I'll do it in the voice. We live in a world where being thin means you're powerful. But yeah, we do. And
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Because everyone,
when
we
first met, what did you call me? Like every time we met, what did you call me? At least once during a night, like pub.
Skinny fuck or something like that.
Lanky string of piss.
Lanky string of piss. Yeah.
String o piss, right?
Yeah, but you were a lanky string of piss.
But like, for example, at the did you meet me while I took that photo? The photo that we saw earlier? Was I that skinny when you met me?
Yeah. I think you were more than that.
Really?
I think you were more than that, mate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you were not a healthy boyo. I'm just like
healthy boyo now, either, so.
I'm just like, God damn. Like we went bowling and I was like, this guy's arm's gonna snap. They gonna fucking snap. Like I'm like
I still got skinny.
I thought like if you were to grab the bowling ball, yeah, and like swing it and then just like swing it upwards, like you'd go up with it.
I wish that
like,
was
you're
fun.
so light you'd like leave the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wish I was at that point now. Man, it's so much easier to gain weight. Like I just work out 3 times a week and eat Maccas.
Me and the missus were talking about on the walk today. Because I was just she asked me when I last weighed, and I was like, when I did my original video on the channel, I haven't weighed since, you know, and I was just like, she was like, how much you weigh, and I was like, well, last time I weighed 23 stone 5 pounds, you know what I mean, and she was like, how much did you weigh when you started before, like the first time, and I was like 23 stone 7 pounds, so I'm only 2 pounds less than I was then, and I'm like, the work it took me to get it off compared to how easy it was to put that shit back on. It's just not fair. It's just not fair, man.
The difficulty I find in a lot of times is accountability. Like you can't you make it like you've made excuses for yourself loads of times, and I'm not like, bro, you better get back on the wagon or else you fuck up. You get really fat again.
Mate,
I don't know. Right?
We got to do that for each other.
Yeah, but one, you already think I'm skinny when I need to lose weight, and two, I ain't gonna tell you to not eat food. I don't want to die. Jesus Christ,
mate, you do it, boy. You fucking do it. This is why you got to drive, mate. When we're at work, you got to drive.
No, we won't be driving for one. We won't be driving for a little while anyway, and two, when we are back at work, it's gonna be sunny as fuck. So we're gonna be walking anyway, bro.
Not if it takes as long as I think it is.
Okay? Let's place bets here right now for all the internet to see. Right? How long you reckon this lasting?
I don't reckon we will be working in the office until after my birthday.
I think that's utter shit.
It's August,
There are
mate.
already people in our office.
No, there's people that need to be in the office. I mean, us to work in the office.
What do you mean us to work in the office?
Like me and
Like
you.
you and me.
We're not key. Like, we are both key workers because we support key workers, right? So we're
Yeah.
we're key workers by association.
We're proxy key
Yeah.
workers.
So, but we don't have to be in the office. Like, our office, our need to be in the office stems directly for performance purposes only. That is it.
I think as soon as this lockdown is over, I'm being told to go back into work.
Maybe, but
Bear in mind, but I
that's
see
what I
your
mean.
point. Bear in mind-
I don't think this. Like, I think the guidance for working at home is going to last for a long time yet. You know, because I think we've
Yeah,
proved.
I see what you
I
mean.
think we've
Yeah,
proved over the last 6 weeks that we very much as a company can perform just as admirably working from home.
from home.
You know, like me personally, my team, we've did the reports. We're actually now working at a higher performance than we were in the office because of lack of distraction.
Wow.
You know, because people are. I work. I can't say where I work, but I work. I'm an IT technician. I work on a help desk. Yeah. So, because now the only way to contact the IT help desk is to use the appropriate channels, the efficiency is now much higher than it was before.
But also the efficiency seems much higher because the data is also different.
Yeah, it's getting the proper amount of data in the actual thing, and because, and like now we're, for reporting purposes, we're now like when someone calls, and
Yeah.
like they go, like if you were to call me and you go, Jay, how do I don't know, put italics on Google Docs because you are a dumbass, right? So I'm like
Control I, boys.
So I go, just press Control I. You do it, and I go, cool. I put the phone down. I have to make a ticket for that. That's now a ticket, right?
Jesus
You know,
Christ.
and that's how it's meant to be, because
Yeah.
in most businesses with like high end help desk softwares,
Yeah.
their phone is connected to the software. So the phone rings, they answer it, starts recording the call, and makes a ticket from it. It's automatically a ticket no matter what the call is. So
Whoa.
when you're comparing your numbers to these people, and they're the highest number of people, you're like, yeah, but I don't make a ticket when someone rings up and says, you know, how do I spell when? Like, that's, we don't class that as a ticket, but a normal ticket system does. So that's what we've started to do now. And then plus all of the people using the appropriate channels, our workload has maximized, but our efficiency has like skyrocketed. You know?
It's pretty cool.
And like,
I reckon you'll be working for a while yet.
yeah. I think
I won't be.
I think that IT will probably be one of the last departments to come back into like, you know, our place, along with finance, like our little area of business.
Because you guys are the most integral for a day-to-day running sustainability thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, my department, I work in the property side.
Yeah.
Ours is much more long-term.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if a building is like slowly decaying, not gonna be like, ooh, they need to get out. No.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be a while, and I think it's going to be longer than anyone. Not that anyone thinks, but longer than anyone wants to admit. I think it's going to be longer than that. And I can comfortably say it because I'm an indoorsy person anyway. So like, I'm not going stir crazy.
You're not an indoorsy person when it's sunny. You are not.
True, but I'm still like, I can still go out on my walk, man. You know, like, it's not like I look out my window and I'm like, I can't see the sun ever. You know, I've actually, like, now I've got a little tiny garden on the side of my house. If I fucking wanted to, I could get my laptop, get one of the chairs out of the cupboard and just sit there if I wanted to. But I don't, because I don't want to. You know,
Well,
just
tiny
just
things,
just because I can't, just because someone's told me I can't, doesn't automatically mean I want to. You know.
I feel like a lot of people feel that way though.
Let's go to one of our sections. Right. So now we're going to talk about. I think we should talk about, as our last thing we talk about, is quitting Animal Crossing.
Rage quitting Animal Crossing.
Yeah, rage quitting Animal Crossing. I think it's a funny thing to finish on because I want to know.
First,
I want to know about this.
I just want to address the obviously weird cut that Jay has just done.
Yeah,
It was clap for carers.
it
So
was.
we had to take a full intermission.
We did.
So I rage quit Animal Crossing, and it hurts me. Jay, I don't understand. I need to understand, but I don't understand. Jay, you play FIFA, right?
Yes, I do.
You play Football Manager. You play. I'm not gonna lie, some shit. You play some shit.
What the fuck?
Objectively, you play some shit. But I understand it.
Yeah,
I get why you play the shit.
yeah.
You're like, okay, I want to experience football, or I want experience management and football together. So you play Football Manager, FIFA. When was the last time?
When was the last time I played what? You keep moving away from
FIFA.
your microphone.
FIFA. Sorry. FIFA.
Oh, last time I played FIFA, it's over 2 years now.
God damn.
It's just costing me too much money. If it was, if I could say they got rid of the monetization on the game, and they said every single hour of FIFA you play, you get one pack, I'd be playing the living balls out of FIFA. I'll tell you.
That hurts my feelings, but okay.
You know, so
Anyway, so you're playing. You play Football Manager constantly.
I play Football Manager when there's something else I've got to do or want to do, because it's a game that you can do. It's a good double screen game where you have something on one screen and Football Manager on the other.
So what you're saying is you play it at work.
Because Football Manager really is no, Football Manager really is a text-based game. Like, it's been like animations now, so you can watch the games and stuff. But back when Football Manager started, and it was called Championship Manager. Yeah, it's just text. So you start the game, and it'll say Jones is running down the left flank. Jones gets tackled. Blah blah blah, and it'll just run text along the bottom of the screen. There was no animation. You didn't see any games. You just managed because it was irrelevant. You weren't playing the game, so what's the point? You didn't fucking need to see them, do you? You know.
And that was fun.
I didn't play it back then. That was like early noughties. You know, early noughties, late 90s. You know, and then they split off Championship Manager and Football Manager. Like, a few of the developers of Championship Manager split off and then made Sports Interactive and then made Football Manager. And obviously Championship Manager is like shite now. So obviously the best ones went to Football Manager.
Fair.
But yeah, and I started playing later in life because I only started really watching football religiously, like watching my team every week, no matter what, while I was like 13.
And your team is
Manchester United. You don't have any feeling towards
that's
football.
just a bunch of words.
So Animal Crossing, it don't give you that enjoyment then, mate.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, I completely understand you playing. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like, you enjoy football, you enjoy Football Manager. You enjoy football, you enjoy FIFA, right?
Yeah.
You enjoy the players. That's why you enjoy Football Manager. You enjoy the engrossing yourself in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Football Manager doesn't handle like a piece of shit.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's subjective.
Well,
because like sometimes like the goalkeepers will do something that just doesn't happen in real football. So it's just like, and it just drives you mental. But
okay, but it would be that's a reaction. So it's more like a cutscene than anything else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Animal Crossing, everything is wrong. Pick a thing, and it is wrong.
It's as I said to you the other day. It's basically a life sim, innit? With like all the life taken out. But so fishing.
Fishing.
Yeah, can you fish?
Yeah, you can fish.
Yeah.
And when you fish, right, what you have to do is press X.
Yeah.
I think it's X. I don't have a switch on me right now. You press X when a little bubble goes down underneath the water, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that'll work. I'm just asking for consistency, or at least an attempt. Like maybe I didn't hit X fast enough, but I didn't.
So as soon as it drops, you press X. Does it tell you if you caught something like straight away?
That's the thing. It doesn't. There's no tactile feedback to it. It's just like what?
Because I'm
so
like,
it didn't happen.
You got these Joy-Cons, right? Which you could make something epic fishing wise, surely from them with all their like 3D motion. Like so you could go, and then you catch finger, and it's like vibrating. You could do that shit. What's fucking Nintendo's problem, man? You know?
Everything. Pick another thing.
No. It sucks.
Pick another thing.
No, you fuck with fishing. It already sucks.
Pick another thing. They have 3 buttons that aren't used, and the game is designed horribly. There's 3 buttons on the control. There's the top left inmost one.
Yeah.
There's the upper right and rightmost one.
Yeah.
And they don't really do anything. They rarely do something, right? Like in very specific circumstances, those buttons will do something.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to switch to an item, you have to it's too slow. There's 4 buttons on the left hand Joy-Con, right? And the bottom left. And if you want to switch to, let's say, ladders or something, you have to go
no way.
But before you get the ladder. Now you could press up. You could press up, right? And then go on, it's like a wheel,
like a
Witcher,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then you can pick what you want. But ain't nobody got time for that. just make the switching function. This is literally how slow it is, right? So I've got a slingshot, right?
Yeah.
And you always, I always risk it. So like, if I want a shovel instead of a land, like a pole vault,
Yeah.
to get over rivers, right? And I want a shovel instead. I'll just go pink, pink. And once I hit 2, right? Because odds are I'm going to get it into 2, maybe, right? I'm not going to then press the up button to choose from the wheel because I've already invested. It's like I wouldn't even think about that kind of thing because it's not something you think about. But they've made something so infuriating in such interesting and intricate ways. Because once you hit the button twice, you're invested. You're going to keep hitting that button to try and find the one you want. And you're wasting time because you could just press up and then choose the wheel. But pressing up and choosing the wheel is a lot slower than if you just press the button and it goes to the right piece of equipment you want in the first place.
I can imagine you just sat there like just seething at this
Oh,
control system.
I was playing it in bed, and Elle, my girlfriend, was getting like super concerned for me. She was like,
Other than just in general, because
no, I like fuck this shit, right? And I threw it, but I threw it on the bed while I was on the bed, right? I was like, I can't, and I just went to bed, right? I just like went to sleep. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore.
I cannot deal with this game.
And she's like, "Are you okay? You seem really upset." I was like, I can't. Right now. I can't.
Right. We're going to have to leave it there, mate.
You don't understand.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to leave it there. You just had to relive the most traumatic moment of your life. Playing Animal Crossing. But
it's not even the worst.
We've had a good pod, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a good pod. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're staying inside. And we'll see you later.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye. Bye.